Overclocking Television reporting from Cooler Master's booth. Along with us, we've got two new products. Please tell us about the new cooling solution.
This year, our star product is the V6 cooler. It's a kind of a performance-oriented cooler, aiming for the gamer and the modeler, and of course some overclockers. Yeah, the V6 GT. And it's the new product positioned a little bit above our original V8. So the performance, the pricing is similar in the range, but the performance will be even better. This cooler we designed in several new features. So we can see first of all, it's a 6 heat pipe cooler. It's a tall cooler, and we designed the heat pipes in a very special V shape. So normally the heat pipes of the tall cooler will be circular or in line, but we designed it for V shape because when the air pressure is good enough for this kind of solution, the air will be squeezed through these heat pipes, and every heat pipe, the frontal part of every heat pipe, will got the best cooling. So the performance will be better. Since the V6 GT is designed with 2 fans, so the air pressure is always enough. So we think for this kind of solution, it's possible to use such kind of arrangement to improve the performance. And secondly, is the heatsink, the fins. We designed the fins better for high air pressure condition. So the fin gaps is close, but the fin number is more than average cooler. And we designed the cooler, the fins with a little bit inclined. So it's a little bit angled. The reason is that the wind is always circular into the cooler instead of blowing directly. So with a little bit angle, it will decrease the air resistance a little bit. But because there is a space constraint, so we didn't really make it so angled, so the fin number will be less. So we find a kind of balance point between the fin numbers and the inclined angles to make it a V6 like this.
How big is the surface area?
Total surface area, I didn't really have the number right now. I need to check. But since the gaps between the fins are less, I remember it should be around point. I think it's 1.8 millimeter. Normally it should be 2.0 millimeter gaps. I need to check this part. But the fin number is around 10% more than average cooler. And we designed the cooler with a little bit deeper. So the total area is almost 50% more than our previous Hyper 212 Plus.
When can we expect the product to be launched?
Launch time will be around, I think it should be May or June, or yeah, in that time. Yeah.
Thank you. Moving on to Timothy.
Yeah, so I'm now with the new PSU from Cooler Master. So it's a 1200 watt PSU called the Silent Pro Gold. So it's a 80 plus PSU. So can you tell me some more details about this new PSU?
Okay. Hello. I'm Joey from Cooler Master headquarters, and I would like to show you the brand new Silent Pro Gold this year from Cooler Master. This is the brand new design, and I would like to show you some pattern design. First of all, in the past, the traditional power supply main transformer is designed like this, standalone. But we think if we can reduce the if we can reduce the temperature of the main transformer from about 150 degrees Celsius down to like 120 degrees Celsius, which means if the delta T could be reduced about 30 degrees, then we can enhance the overall efficiency about 1% to the power supply. So we think about if we can compose the secondary heat sink into the transformer like this, then we can achieve the delta T we talk about. And at this moment, transformer can easily to transfer or convert the energy from AC to DC without any heat issues. So that's the first floor pattern design. And we also trademark this as a hybrid transformers. And the second part is, in the past, power supply has two heat sinks, primary and secondary. They usually be placed in parallel like this. But sometimes, to the fan, it's hard to cool down the heat sink, especially when the heat sink is placed nearby the middle of the fan. So we think about, because the strong airflow comes from the edge of the fan, so we think about if we can place the heat sink like an L shape, like this, then heat sink will be cooled down very good by the edge of the airflow here, and we can reserve some space here, and those components are designed by a lower height. Then it will make a natural air pressure from this direction to this direction. Then the hot air will be sucked out of the case naturally. So we also call this is a heat transformer technology. And the third part is what we call hyperpass. It's because the secondary heat sink is a part of a transformer, so we can simply contact the output of a transformer with the power components directly at one point. In the past, if you want to connect it to the output of the transformer to the power components, you may need to design a copper trace on the PC board. Then that will be power loss during the transportations. So if you connect to one point, then it's good to save the power loss. Okay. And by the way, because we designed a hybrid transformer like this, so we can reduce the size of the transformer about 25%. Okay. And the most important things to the Silent Pro Go is this very powerful power supply by a single rail design. The 12-volt rail is up to 98 amp, so it can easily powerful very high-end graphic cards. Okay.
Yeah, I had a question about the price of the PSUs, because there's not just a 1200, there's a whole match of different PSUs in the same series. Do you have an idea of the retail price of all the series?
We do think if we can sell this power supply as cheaper as possible. Although pricing is not fixed yet at this moment, but we think we may release the pricing in May time and launch this product around like computer time.
That's all for now. Overclocking TV. Bye.